okay? So first thing we looked at then, Pam, was obviously setup, okay? Getting that left hand in the grip. Now you can't sort of see so much on here, but in terms of a checkpoint with your glove, there's like a little red mark kind of on your hand there. We want to make sure at the start position we can see that bit of left, that red marking, okay? So that bit of a triangle shape, I suppose.
I always have to wear this glove.
Yeah, that's why gloves have got different markings on. You see,
glove, so.
yeah, you stole that. That's your glove now. You claimed it, all right. I need to keep it. So I need to improve my golf with it, okay? So that's going to be the key thing there in terms of that grip position, and then your right thumb. Now, if you can see, just kind of sitting on top there, kind of covering the left thumb. The previous swing you had here on the left-hand side, you can see now from a good setup. To be fair, the swing was quite small in terms of the backswing, and sort of quite sort of flicky and scoopy with the wrist. Not much sort of body movement there, not much arm movement. Ball going on the ground there, we can see fairly low. It looked a little bit tense and I think gripping quite tight, which everyone does exactly the same thing, Pam, with a golf club. What we try to do now, just to practice using these tees as we can see on the ground, these little 2 marks. Just from home, you can do this at home with 2 tees or 2 objects, okay? Nice. Swinging that club between that gate, and what we're looking for is to try and get that club to go back a little bit further, as you can see here now, to create kind of an L position, which you're not fighting. Is this very good? Really good, I gotta say. You look at the difference between where you were there, in terms of height-wise, that club's going a lot further. As we swing, there's more twist with the lower half and the torso. As you come back to the golf ball, good contact. The ball now up in the air, as you can see. And look at your twist with the golf ball there now. Starting to make a sort of a fullerish movement, whereas this one here now, very short with the swing.
Oh, so I didn't even realise it.
Yeah, you got right the way through, yeah, exactly. And again, that'll kind of happen in some ways, more so with momentum. Yeah. The thing with the golf swing, when we swing it correctly, I suppose, or more efficiently, physically it feels better. It's a lot easier move to make. The swing you were making before would have been quite awkward and quite tricky, just because you were gripping on so tight. Yeah. Not able to move so much, and it's very sort of flicky, and it would have felt quite awkward. The club would have felt quite heavy, not really giving you much distance at all with the shot. Okay, so the move we're trying to make now is swinging that club back as you were there. Nice twist of the torso. Very, very good movement there. Again, both tees obviously staying on the ground there.
I didn't realise I was doing that.
Yeah, and that's why I never really mentioned it. I mean, seeing it's quite a good thing to see anyway, but you don't need to think about these things. And a lot of things in the... No, your knees with the knees. No, the knees do move together. When you finish a golf swing, I mean, if I'm being super critical, that leg would be a little bit more vertically that way as the left leg. So your left leg is sort of leaning back a little bit slightly. As you swing through, you've kind of gone a little bit this way, but in time with its practice, you'll start moving. Yeah, but that's just something, again, down the line to worry about, really, to be fair. But in terms of the swing, general movement, very, very good. I mean, it's a nice sort of fullish move with the swing. Good strike. The ball, the fact that strike there, you can see the ball's coming off the club face up in the air, and it's a blur off the screen there and disappearing into that way about 40 yards when you hit on the screen there. Up to, again, a full movement, whereas this one was a sort of scoopy and a bit flicky. Was trying to lift it up in the air and sort of pull. That was the very first thing we got on camera, yeah? So from before and after, I was trying to sort of see the comparison to sort of just show you really where you've come from. Because a lot of people go, oh, have I done any improvement? And you can see there quite clearly a good change there, both in terms of length of backswing, quality of contact, and length of through swing. Which, like I say, these things are going to happen just kind of as you swing through. As long as you don't sort of try and stop them from happening, then you'll be fine. The one thing in golf I will say is when you're playing golf, never try to keep your head down too long and try and stay still. So many golfers get taught by usually husbands or partners or whatever, keep your head down, okay? And it is categorically the worst thing you can do.
What should I have done?
No, what you do there is your head's looking down there, you see. There's no head up there at all. Oh, so exactly what you've done there.
People hit it and then they keep their head down.
They keep doing this. They've been told to keep their head down. They keep their head looking down. They get very awkward. Yeah, it's horrendous. Yeah, you've heard the phrase on if you go to the drive range with your husband, you've heard the phrase, oh, you lift your head, keep your head down. Other people will be saying to other people all the time.
Why is that? Why do they say keep your head down?
Because they see a person top the golf ball and it goes on the ground. But the reason we've topped the ball is more because of other swing faults, not just your head lifting up in the air. And the thing is, your head can independently move. If I stand here now, I can lift my head there, move my head there. It doesn't change where my shoulders are, and it's how far these are from the golf ball, not this. So trying to keep your head down, you lock it.
Well, because that's something I hadn't even thought about.
That's which is good.
Obviously, I wasn't inhibited by keeping my head down.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, which is great, to be fair, because you can see there now there's a full movement there. Your head and your eyes are following the golf ball. So the eyes are looking down at the ball there now. We strike the ball, head looking at the golf ball. As you twist through, you naturally twist things. So you try and keep your head looking down. You'll be seeing a chiropractor fairly quickly after a few sessions if you're not careful. So
that
good
leg,
movement.
you say, should be
The right leg.
Yeah.
This one here, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in time that'll just move a little bit more. As you start moving a little more speed, you'll start moving a bit more this way. That's another thing down. I wouldn't worry about that, to be fair. For me at the moment now, the main focus needs to be striking between those two T-pegs or daisies or whatever on the floor you want to use, okay? Grip position is going to be key. I think we can keep practicing that.
Okay.
With that left hand, you're seeing that red marking on the club there.
Yeah.
As long as you can see that. The key thing is, and what a lot of people do when they find about that club a sec, they often find it easy to hold the club up here in a sort of 45-degree angle, because then it's easy to hold it, almost like shake hands with a golf club. When you put it in this angle, it's just hold the club, about 45, like a sword position. So hold it in sort of mid-shaft there, and then bring your hand on from the side, sort of shake hands with the golf. And that's what we're looking for there now, is your hands sort of sit it across the fingers and these two knuckles. If you hold it there in your right hand up here, and now bring your left hand on, and don't have your hand too far this way, just let it relax. There you go.
Or sort of
so you can come in and shake hands. Exactly, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now your thumb, you can see, naturally goes on this side of the grip rather than that left hand side. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. And then when you just slide your right hand down towards the other, there you go. And there's kind of your grip there. And that will give you the kind of full range of motion now in your hands. You're nice and loose and soft, you're not gripping on too tight with the club. But if you grip it up in the lifeline or in the palm here, this little finger, bless, just trying to grip on for dear life, and just squeezing. Okay, so a bit of practice with that, and again, just the more you hold a golf. I mean, I always say to people when they first start, have a club in your hands every day. Just hold a golf club and just have a few swings, just to control striking through those two T-pegs. If you said, okay, right, my practice or homework, should we say, if you go home and say once a day for a minute, you swing a golf club between two objects. By a week's end, you'll be better at doing that, and by a fortnight and a month, and you'll be just getting far and far more control with that club to striking the golf ball.
And the finger, when you sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Please ask. No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. More questions better.
It's just that when you're coming in, and should it hit here?
Yeah, the join the little finger. Here. Yeah, across that join there.
Should not never.
No.
Here.
So it goes in across there. So your left hand on a slight angle, you can see there now. So you're holding it by having your hand in this angle here now, with the club off that angle there, this 45 degrees. You're gripping it that way. Yeah. There you go. Exactly. Yeah. That's
and then
it.
The thumb, right.
Yeah. And then your thumb just sits to the right side as you're looking at it, just slide your right hand up. And once you've done that regularly, you'll get used to how holding the club correctly would feel. So,
okay.
Make sense?
Yes, Gareth.
Excellent. Very